We had the Misfits card this past weekend. What'd you guys think?
Great fights.
Yeah.
I think it was a good Misfits event.
Card overall.
Yeah, card overall. Of course, the highlights were on the last three fights: Sal Poppy versus Anthony Taylor. We had Deji versus Swarms as a co-main event, and obviously the fight that everyone is talking about right now is KSI against Joe Fournier.
Yeah. So, do you think it was a right hand or a hook, or an elbow?
That is the question. That's the question that's going over. That's the question everyone is going over on the internet right now, and I think it's pretty obvious. I think it's pretty obvious that it was an elbow. I think it's an illegal blow, accidental. No respect to KSI because he was winning the fight and he definitely hurt Joe Fournier with the right hand, and that's what made Fournier want a hug. And it's unfortunate that it was a clubbing forearm that landed, just a clear forearm to the jaw that landed on Joe Fournier. So this fight should be overruled and turned into a no contest because of an accidental illegal blow.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The thing is, like you said, Fournier was really hurt with that right hand. The thing is that surprised me about KSI was he's really quick. He has a really fast like right hand that he throws. Like that right hand that he threw that hurt Fournier a couple seconds before the elbow. It was quick. If you look at the replay, it's like he just swung in, it just spawned and just smacked him right in the face. But no, yeah, clear elbow. I don't know if it shouldn't be a DQ. It's clearly not intentional. Or it's clearly. Oh yeah, it wasn't intentional. But yeah, I think the thing that also really made me like kind of laugh or like smile or whatever was the fact that people on Twitter were trying to justify the fact that KSI threw an elbow. They're trying to justify it by saying, "Oh, he landed first with a right before he got hit with the elbow." But like, if you clearly look at the replay, you can clearly see how the right fist of KSI just grazes Joe Fournier, and he gets just smacked with like the full elbow, like 100% clean smack with the elbow, and he just drops.
Yeah, those KSI fans were going crazy. They're definitely trying to defend what happened in the fight, trying to justify it, saying, "Oh, he was winning the fight. He was gonna win regardless." Yes, I believe it. I believe that he was gonna win, but there's always the puncher's chance. Like you can't just count him out just because he was hurt and then he landed a legal blow. You can't just be like, "Oh, well, he was gonna win regardless, so it should stay as a KO victory." It's like no, it has to be overturned. It was an illegal shot that made Fournier not able to continue. Therefore, it's a no contest because, like you said, it was not intentional. KSI didn't want to hit him with an elbow. He wasn't planning on hitting him with an elbow. He wanted to hit him with the right hand, and he gets a little wild, when he has his opponent's hurt. So he missed, and boom, clear shot to the chin. It was lights out for Joe Fournier.
Yeah, and I'm kind of with the people on Twitter. Well, I guess some of the comments. Not the fact that the fight should just be ruled a KO, but that I believe KSI was going to win regardless, and I think he was going to win big by knockout. Mm-hmm. So I think the outcome was going to be the same thing, but it should definitely be changed just based off like it was an actual elbow. Funny enough, while it was when I was watching it in real time, I didn't really think that an elbow landed. I really thought it was a right hand. I was like, oh dang.
Yeah, it seemed that way. It seemed like he just he threw it so fast. It looked like he hit him and boom, he was just out. So it's very easy to in real time you could see that it didn't seem like it was an illegal blow.
Like the thing is, if that was actually a right hand that landed instead of an elbow, I think that easily would have been KSI's best knockout win because it was like spectacular the way he connected and then the way that Fournier just dropped. Because the way he dropped hard. He dropped really hard, and when the fighter drops hard like that after a punch, or after contact, they're very badly hurt or they're just completely out. He slumped him. He was completely slumped, and the thing is, because I remember people on Twitter were going crazy. They were saying, oh, like once KSI knocked out Fournier, they were saying, oh, KSI has some unreal power. Like his power is real. They were saying he's number one pound for pound best influencer boxer in the world. This and that. But then shortly after, once the replay started coming out, that's when people are all like, "Hey, you know what? This man cheated. You know, this should be a DQ. He hit Fournier with an elbow, this and that," and it just sparked a big, controversy afterwards.
Yeah, I think the world knows. I think the internet knows. A lot of people were saying it like it's a clear elbow, guys. Like we have replays for a reason, and in the replay, it's clear as day that he hit him with an elbow. So the world does know. I think there's only those super KSI fans that are on him like every day that are saying, "Well, I mean, it could still be a win and this." But I think for the most part, the public knows that it should be ruled a no contest.
Everyone knows, and especially I think the person who's gonna speak the loudest is gonna be Jake Paul. He put his 2 cents in, saying that it was kind of like a disgrace. Kind of keep it like professional and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure behind closed doors, he was probably jumping up and down, saying that like this is not a legitimate victory for KSI.
Yeah, and as well, Joe Fournier, he's already made it publicly clear that he will appeal the decision.
Okay.
He's going to go to the sanctioning body, which is KSI's, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, so, but he did say that he's going to go to the appeal the decision. He tagged like the Zone, Misfits, everybody. He tagged everybody. He put it on a story. And he said he's going to appeal it.
Here's the thing. Even though he publicly announced like shortly after the fight, and then I think even today maybe, but he announced how he was gonna appeal the decision. The thing is, I'm not sure if even if they do appeal it, or even if it is overturned to like a no contest, I don't think KSI should really run it back with Joe Fournier. I think KSI doesn't want to do that either way. He doesn't want to have a rematch with Fournier. He wants to have a one and done with. And what do you think? Do you think he should run it back, or should he just continue with his plans and just take the no contest and just move on and try to fight Tommy Fury after?
Yeah, exactly. Just like you said, they already had plans looking past Joe Fournier. Like he was already planning on calling out Tommy Fury. Like they already have something set for him to move forward with. So let's say it's overturned into a no contest. It wouldn't really make that much sense to reverse the progress and fight Joe Fournier again, because talking a little bit about the fight, it's clear that KSI was winning the fight. It's clear that KSI was better than Joe Fournier, and it was only a matter of time. As we can see, not taking into account the illegal blow, the first round, clear KSI. Second round as well, it was a little bit slower, but again, I think it was clear, especially after that right hand that hurt him, that KSI was gonna win the fight.
Yeah, I believe it was the first. If it wasn't the first punch that landed, it was the first hard punch that connected. The right hand just threw it out there, and Joe kind of like went a little bit like took a few side steps like that, like
it got him. It was a clean punch. It was like yeah.
So definitely the things that came up into this match that we kind of knew going in was Joe was old, so the age was there, the reflexes weren't there, and KSI's power. So yeah, he doesn't have a chin. So it was pretty much once that first right hand landed, it was pretty much a when is it gonna be?
Yeah, and it's just like KSI said, he was outboxing him, he was outclassing him. Like it was apparent, that he was better than him. That's why it doesn't really make sense to run it back, because besides the illegal blow, it should be ruled a no contest. But regardless, he was winning the fight. Regardless, he was the better man that night.
Well, I mean, yeah, Joe Fournier was a calculated risk that KSI's team used. I mean, yes, he was 9-0, but like if you look at his record of his past opponents, they were all not the very
bums.
best. They're all bums. They had losing records. They weren't very good. And also, Fournier was coming off 2-3 year layoff.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, layoff. He's already 40 years old. He doesn't really need this. He doesn't even need it. Not really. He doesn't even need this fight. But of course, it's like a way to cash out. I mean, you fight KSI, you're guaranteed, a good amount of cash, a good payday. So I mean, it's smart from Fournier. Of course, I think he's really happy the fact that he can appeal this decision and hopefully try to get a rematch with KSI and get another cash out. Another payday. But the thing is, if he does get it overruled, I believe KSI won't bother with the rematch. But if Fournier is really serious about it, I feel he should maybe try to build up fight again, but maybe against someone else and try to build himself up again. But I think the chances of that happening, of him actually coming back and fighting someone else besides KSI, is very, very unlikely, in my opinion.
Yeah, if it goes to a no contest, then KSI is still gonna continue down his path of trying to fight Tommy Fury or trying to fight somebody else. I don't think he's gonna want to fight Joe Fournier. And like you said, if Joe Fournier really wants that rematch and that get back, I think he's gonna be forced to just like do something in the influencer boxing, get another fight, or be active, you could even get another pro fight. Just be active and then call him out again, and then maybe we could see what happens. But as for right now, no, I don't think there will be any rematch between the two.
Yeah, me too. I'm of the similar thing, and I believe I believe it's gonna get overturned because that elbow was, it's pretty hard not to say, I think it's gonna get overturned, and I think since Joe is a businessman, I think he will want to then fight someone else because I don't think it showed that KSI was levels above him, and I think he's looking at Tommy Fury. I think they're in negotiations as well, which is the reason why he was there at the fight. So I believe he'll fight Tommy Fury next or someone else next, and I believe since Joe's a businessman, I think he will try to get another cash cow, maybe Deji, something like that. That'd be something, something along those lines.